I worked in early childhood education for years. One of the biggest things that we teach is routine, because you have to learn routine in order to be successful with other things, or you need to learn how to follow a schedule. I got this idea off of Pinterest, made it my own. We're gonna be using some Mujka clip art, and I'm gonna show you now exactly what we're gonna work with. So,
Craft lady! What did you do?
hi everybody, how you doing? I am Naomi from EJ's Fun Crafting, and today we get to do Mujka Monday. Today we are going to be working with the superhero set, and if you use code EJ's Fun Crafting Com, and I'll add that later also, you can also get a bigger discount. My 8-year-old, for sure, he needs to stay. He gets so distracted. He needs help staying on schedule, and he'll do it, but I noticed that he needs that some kind of visual aid. I worked in early childhood education for years. One of the biggest things that we teach is routine, because you have to learn routine in order to be successful with other things, or you need to learn how to follow a schedule. I got this idea off of Pinterest, made it my own. We're gonna be using some Mujka clip art, and I'm gonna show you now exactly what we're gonna work with. So I'm gonna be working with cardstock today, and glue, some foam dimensionals, some little magnet strips, and scissors, and my Cricut machine. I cannot put the Mujka clip arts into the into Cricut Design Space. That's not okay. But I can share the file that I created in Cricut Design Space using just the basic file that I'm using. Which, if you know Mujka, you know that everything is diverse. So there's all kinds of color, skin tones, and hair textures, and everything in there for the superhero set. I mean, there's like 205 for each one, or 105, something like that, for each set. So this is for my son. I went with the little boy superhero. It kind of looks like my son when, before he gets a haircut, or right after, one of the two. So this is gonna be, I already did this on Cricut, print and cut. I'll walk you through how to do that. I'll have an extensive blog out on that later this week, exactly how I created this. So I'm using 2 of the clip art today, and this one, boom. There are several in here. These already look great. This is just print and cut. Here's what we're gonna be making. Okay, so this is all gonna be working with cardstock. This right here is gonna be the base of his schedule. The idea is that on here, this boom is not gonna go here. I'm gonna show you, it goes on the outside. On here, it has his things I need him to get done, okay? I had schoolwork and homework here. We homeschool, but I took out schoolwork because that's a given. That's gonna get done regardless. But these are things I need him to be motivated to do on his own, okay? So make up his bed, brush his teeth, clean his room, take out the trash, or check the trash at least, and then take a shower. 8-year-old boys don't like to shower for some reason. So it's like, come on, dude, come on. I asked you to shower an hour ago. What happens is that you can see right here, there's this dotted line. This dotted line right here is what's it called? A score line. These solid lines are cut lines. These will fold up, and we're going to use the magnet clips to hold it, and I'll show you all that in just a second. His name is going to be a little higher. This guy is going to be on the outside, so that you see it when we close it. Let me show you what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to cut using my Cricut Maker 3. We're going to be cutting on the mat today. Okay, so I'm going to use on the mat. This is the first time I get to record inside of my new craft room, and I'm so excited about it. The first time I get to go live. This is going to be cut on blue cardstock. I'm going to use blue cardstock for this part, and this is the main body of it, okay? With this one, we're going to cut the square. Where you see the dotted line, that's going to be my score line. I'm going to use my scoring wheel, and I'll show you all that. And then all the words, those are going to be written with my Cricut. So we're doing a few things. We're writing, we're scoring, and we're cutting all with this Cricut. So let's get my blue paper. I'm going to bring you guys down to my desk so you guys can see me prepare it. I'm using my green mat today. My green mat works fine. Now, the blue paper I'm using is from 12 by 12 cardstock. It's got some texture on the back, on one side. So I want to cut and write on the non-textured side so that when he closes it, he has a textured side, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put that face down. It doesn't matter if your paper is not textured or if you don't care what side you're using, but since I do care about the texture, I'm going to put the texture face down so it writes on the smooth side. Using my brayer, I didn't know I really needed this until I was like, let me see, I opened this up about 6 months ago, and I'm like, man, I needed this. And I'm gonna push continue on my computer. It's just gonna make sure everything's in there. It's gonna load. We are using medium cardstock. Because it's textured, I'm gonna add a little bit of pressure. And then it's just measuring to make sure the mat is long enough. So I'm gonna put this in my pen cartridge here, my carrier. Make sure you hear that little click. And I'm gonna close it, and then I'm gonna push play, put in my scoring wheel. Let me do that now. Wheel for Cricut is one of the interactive, the adaptive tools, interchangeable tools. So this comes out, this is my scoring wheel, and it just wants my single scoring wheel. So this one says 01, it's my single scoring wheel. I'm gonna put it in the cartridge where my blade was. So it's gonna write, and then it's gonna score, or it might score and then write. And then after that, it's gonna cut. Ready to put in my blade. I'm gonna peel my mat away from my paper. Can you see that? That is much better than having folds and creases in places where I don't want them. Okay, so this is what we have. This is how this is gonna go. Can you see the texture on the back? Kinda. I did get the score line. You see that score line there? Because these, and you see how it's open? So he can color these, or he can just trace and write in them, okay? In the end, these are gonna fold up. Like the black that we're gonna cut right now is the outline. Let me make sure I have it the correct way. For his little man, so then after this one's cut, we can put his little man together. I'm gonna put the black here. So here's this. Let's start with putting these together. I think this is probably the fun part. So we're gonna take the two guys, we're gonna match them up. Remember we did one just plain and the other one was my print and cut. I'm gonna use my dimensionals. Give them a little bit of a pop. Okay, so I'm gonna use the small ones. These were recollections, so they were from Michael's. And I'm just going to go in here. Do I have some tweezers already out? Nope. Yep. I use my tweezers just to take off these. I might be faster with my fingernails, huh? Might be. Okay, so we're gonna just put some, I'm gonna pop this baby up. Let's line them up. And if I get it to the side, I'm not really worried because guess what? It looks like a little offset. So here he is. He's got a little bit of an offset going on. And so here we go with this, okay? We're gonna work on his name. Name is super easy. We're gonna use glue. My zig pen. Miss Shondell turned me on to these zig pens. I was like, what? Say what? So now every time I see them, I have to get one. Okay, his name is ready. See that? Fine, I'm just gonna go. Okay, see that? My score line. Right now, this is what I've got right now. This actually goes on the outside right here. So I'm gonna glue this now. You're saying, Miss Naomi, what are you doing? Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. You don't have to do this. You can do something completely different on the outside. A lot of people right here on the outside, they write done. So the child knows when they close it, that means they're done with that task. That's what I used to do, but I'm like, you know what, let's do something different. Okay, my zig pin set. I'm gonna center this so that I want this to go across all of them at some point. There we go. Even if it's not all the way across. So you see how it goes across all of them? Let's work on the inside now. So I know his name is going here. I want it super dude to go right here like this. I want him to come up like this. Okay. And that's why I put a back on it. Because if I hadn't like done the dimensionals in the back, this thing would have been like flopping around and stuff. So we're gonna put his guy right here. Let's see, I can use the bigger foam dots on this. And we're gonna do him, he's not gonna go all the way to the bottom. So we're just gonna take off a few here. I have him out of frame, you guys, sorry. This is, I can't wait to give this to him. Mostly because I know it's gonna, I know my kid. He's super motivated by seeing things completed, by seeing the end result. And motivation comes after learning. I mean, sometimes we think that we're not motivated or our kids aren't motivated. It's not that, it's that we haven't had the success yet. Motivation comes after you succeeded. So if I can get him to succeed by visually seeing what he's accomplished, that's a win for everybody. You know, and it's hard for me to do these things and to craft without having my child development mindset, you know, my early child, you know, that's what we all need. So I'm gonna move this dude up here. You see? See how sturdy this is? See how sturdy this is? He stands up. He's not bending, he's not flopping. And it's because we did that background, that backing, and because I didn't just glue him and make it, but I did the dimensionals to kind of help give him some shape, some body. So that's that. I'm gonna put this on top because, you know, he's a man. I want his name to pop out. So I've got this on top and I've got his superhero behind it. Naomi, look at the camera. So this is what happens. We close this up. Now that the glue is dry, I keep bringing you guys up and down, I'm sorry. It's only that I've done this so long, you know. I love that I can combine crafting with teaching. It's made it fun. Before I came in, before I knew crafting as could be like a career thing, and I was only doing education, I was that teacher who had, it was fun. I was a strict teacher, but I had fun when I taught. We did all the, because I came from an early childhood background where we set them up for success by giving them what they can do, right? And I like having fun. One of my first professors in school said, the question you need to ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen, is, would you like yourself as a teacher? That has stuck with me. That was back in 1994, 1995. Would I like me as a teacher? Wow, huh? And if I wouldn't, wow. Okay, so here it is. Okay, we're gonna cut the magnets real quick. So what happens is that at the beginning of the day, we start like this. So everything's open. So Caesar, did you make your bed? When you make your bed, you can close it. He closes it. When Caesar brushes his teeth after he eats breakfast, he gets to close this one. When Caesar finishes cleaning his room at the end of the day. So this is for the whole day. This is not all to be done in the morning. At the end of the day, when mom does room check, has Caesar cleaned his room before bed? Yeah, he gets to close this one. Maybe the trash gets taken out before he closes his room and cleans his room. But once he closes all of them, and then did he take a shower? Dude, if you don't take a shower, that's it. You don't finish your exclamation mark. It's all done. Boom. There it is. Easy. You don't have to use print and cut. You can cut everything out, or you can print and cut and everything. You can use just a file folder if you have one. Cut it like you want it. You don't have to leave this space like I did for his name and his superhero guy. You don't have to do any of this. The next thing I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna put this up on his wall, but I'm probably gonna do his whole room in superhero using this clip art. And so then he'll have, excuse me, not just the routine, but then he'll have his daily schedule with everything else on there. Things like that. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop me a DM. I do answer my DMs. You might get a message that says that I'm homeschooling or working or something, but I do answer my messages. And I think that's it. I'll put this file in Cricut Design Space for you all. It'll be ready for you to go tonight. Have a great one. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you again next time.